You're listening to a brand new episode of Straight Outta Austin, brought to you by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. Yeah, put some bacon on that. And if you want more bacony shows, go to 4eyeradio.com. Bacon.
This 4-Eyed Radio production is brought to you by America Joy Print Shop. All your printing needs taken care of in one convenient place. Visit americajoy.com for business cards, flyers, banners, decals, car wraps, and more. Visit americajoy.com.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Just battlefielding it up.
Yeah, Battlefield 4. Happy Battlefield 4 launch day.
Yeah. Yay! Do we get cake and pie and punch?
Well, I brought brownies. Pie. I didn't need any.
I brought brownies earlier.
Special brownies?
Yeah, I ate all those. Those are good. Those are good brownies.
Thanks.
Should do a cooking podcast.
I'll get to it eventually.
Did you use some special ingredients for those brownies?
RIP.
You know, when we actually get around to making those lights, then yes. That way I have nice lighting for...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that way the HD video is not grainy.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, just for the listeners that don't know, we're going to start ramping up our video production. So, right now I'm doing some Walking Dead recaps. I don't know what Agamemnon's doing nowadays, but... Yeah, but I mean with your actual face smiling and grinning at the camera. Oh, but they do. Listener base has gone up 20% since your face was shown. I have the metrics.
I honestly don't think people want to see my face.
They love your face.
Maybe when I get the glasses, I'll probably look more handsome. Then
they
I'll
love
start
your
doing
charming smile.
I'll start doing more video reviews.
And your warm presence.
A warm presence?
Yeah. I don't like my webcam. I hate the fact, because you think when the camera's looking at you, it's going to project what it sees.
Yeah.
But it instead, inverts it. So, when you're looking at yourself on the video, what you should be seeing is when you go, you should be seeing a mirror version of yourself. So if you're waving your right hand, then that same side, it's going to look like your left.
Yeah.
And it's going to be waving that same way. But instead, your actual right hand is waving, so it's going the opposite way. And then when you're talking about saying, if you're doing a direction to where, you're pointing to your right,
yeah.
But when you upload it to YouTube and you're saying that, it looks like you're pointing to your left.
Oh, I see.
So it's instead of mirroring it to where, when you're seeing it on the screen, that's how other people are going to see it. So when you're referring to your right, you're actually referring to your right. It doesn't do that with my webcam. And there's no way, you would think, hey, let's just invert it, but no.
I don't know, but, what are you really doing that they actually need to have that exact directional?
It's more of, I can't function until that quirk is fixed.
Well, just don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk forward.
Nobody really needs to care. If you say, to your right, they see you do the hand motions.
I just hate that, even, people post pictures of themselves, and I see the shirts backwards. I hate that. That gets on my nerves.
But people are going to, see you,
hey, check out my cool shirt that says the E-Walking Dead, and they're just going to be like,
that's how dead they are. Well, I have a question. Why don't you just use Habiki's camera?
That's a good question.
I was wondering the whole
lighting.
time when you're
It still comes down to lighting.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And since I've been doing the Let's Plays, I've kind of liked that. I feel more comfortable doing that than looking at my stupid face.
Hey, I'm just saying, the viewers. The viewers.
I guess, man.
I mean, most people that do Let's Plays, they start off, just with the Let's Plays and their commentary and stuff, and then, pretty soon it's usually, fan driven where they want to see a little
I want to see
a little video
you.
of them in the top left corner while they're playing a reaction compilation, stuff like that.
I want to see your sexy bod.
I usually I watch a lot of I follow a lot of people for Let's Plays, but mainly just one person, but they mainly do horror games. That's mainly the genre of games I don't play myself.
Yeah.
So I watch all the Let's Plays on
Like
it.
Tobuscus.
No, I don't like Tobuscus anymore.
Oh,
Why? He's funny.
Take
No,
that.
he's too like ADD and like hardly ever plays the game. He's just terrible at video games. I get very frustrated when I watch somebody that's just like when I'm doing a Let's Play, like when I know I'm not going to play this game. Like when I like watch that game and somebody play it, and there's like obviously like no, like I literally can see what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But like Tobuscus is like the kind of person that like intentionally stalls and like tries to make fun of like everything, and like intentionally tries to go off on track, like off track, you know. So I like to see somebody like funny and commentate like the game aspects of it, like the engine, like review it while being a decent gamer.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm not asking for perfection, but.
Good thing Punch the Walls Reality you're doing Let's Plays, huh?
Yeah.
More people that are good at the game.
Yeah.
They don't
It's like
die
there's
10
bits
times
of
in a row.
genius with long.
No, not even that.
links.
Just like
I don't.
yeah, but it's not like we're not doing like
That was
when we suck at a
tongue-in-cheek.
game. It's like we suck, but we're still trying. But it's not like we're just like intentionally just like I'm gonna jump off over. I'm gonna go kill.
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do. You know, it's just like
When we die, it's not on
yeah,
purpose.
talking in an annoying. I don't know. He just got too like ADD for me. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's just like it was tough to like. He would be funny as a person, but to like watch him, it's just like aggravating. Watching him play a video game, he's like, you're just like please progress.
Stop it.
I'd love to see some story progression.
Yeah.
In like a fucking 25-minute video where you're still like, you know what I mean?
Still in the same part of the level.
Do I know?
How
It's
do I
like,
open
like
this
it's like
door?
on the intro, and like obviously missing everything.
He's still on a cutscene.
Especially when you're like playing like scary games like Amnesia and stuff, where it's
yeah.
very like you have to like pick apart stuff and like do puzzles and put things together,
I
and
see.
like he's just like not paying attention to anything, and so it's just like an hour off tangent, basically,
Yeah.
you know, takes them like 20 parts to do a thing that somebody did in like one 15-minute part, and they just played it and they're like reviewing it, you know. So I'd rather watch that.
Yeah, I can see
Somebody
that
be
being
funny
frustrating.
and like critique like the engine and like the visuals and everything like that, you know.
Yeah.
Give me the full lowdown on the game while they're playing it, while being a decent
Yeah,
gamer, you know.
while progressing through the game
Yeah.
at a moderate pace.
And there's two people I found, like, what I want to do with, like, Devil May Cry 3, people who have, like, gotten so good at a game and haven't done a Let's Play on it. So when they're, like, that good, they know how to do, like, a flawless playthrough.
Oh,
so they
I
just,
see.
bust through it, you know? And sometimes with no commentary, but you just, like, see someone do a playthrough, just, like,
Nice.
and do it to, like, perfection, you know? That's always cool to see. So that's what I do want to do with Devil May Cry, because, like, I don't like really talking while... I like talking to you guys, like, while I play. I just, I feel, like, weird, like, I don't think, like, I'm, like, the voice to, like... be fun to listen to while just playing by myself. So I like do like an awesome fucking where you guys talk or something like that while it just kind of perfectly
Own
run
everybody.
through it. Yeah, so I got that game like memorized. So
Yeah. I'm a voice of a
just
generation.
gonna be like getting lost for 15 minutes.
Well, I for one will be looking forward to it because I can't even get past that first boss.
Yeah, I suck at video editing. I was like, you have to take apart this sequence and put it with this sequence. I was like, how do I just cut like this 2 seconds out of it? I don't know how to do that.
Well, just send me the footage,
Yeah.
and I'll take care of it.
You now
I
can't
can do it.
I already volunteered first.
Who wants Dragon's Dogma? That's gonna be the most grueling one to do. All
I've
right.
done volunteers.
I will be tribute.
I will be true.
I am
I
Spartacus.
love those Hunger Games memes
Yeah.
where it's like I don't know. It's like always like involved a hot chick. Like you have to revive this person. It's like it's like fucking Ava Mendes or something. I will be tribute. High volunteers tribute.
Just goes up and just stabs him.
Yeah.
How's that for volunteering? Well, I don't know who saw the Captain America Winter Soldier trailer.
Yeah, I saw it like 7 times. And like I liked it more by the end, and then I liked it less, and then I just kind of like, yeah, I'm pretty much gonna go see it. And then I liked it more because there was other aspects, and then I liked it even more, and then I hated it. And I was like, yeah, I don't fucking
Whole
care.
roller
I'm
coaster
gonna
of
go.
emotions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it.
case of emotion.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there was parts where they did right, like that little elevator scene.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd really like to see how that pans out.
Well, there's our main point of contention.
Rabbit.
You know, I'm gonna let you take care
Okay,
of this.
I'm just-
because I just go.
It's gonna blow
just
a
go.
gasket.
Yeah.
All right. So, for those of you listeners who know or don't know, we're huge fans of the Ultimates, written by Mark Miller, Brian Hitch. I understand, obviously, you know, when people are adapting stuff, they're going to change things. You know, obviously, the Avengers wasn't a perfect adaptation of the Ultimates. But there's a certain scene which is set up to perfectly mirror a scene in the Ultimates, and they drop the fucking ball.
What was it?
It was the part where Captain America's in the plane, and he's standing there all epic. Yeah,
the first one.
No, it's in the trailer for the new
No,
one.
the first issue. He's talking about the first issue.
Oh yeah, in the first issue, yeah. And he jumps out, and the guy, there's two army guys that are in there. He's like, did he just jump out without a parachute? And the guy goes, yeah, he did. The real line goes, yeah, Captain America says parachutes are for girls.
For sissies.
For sissies?
Yeah.
Okay, that's even better then. But it's like, that's perfect. Like, that would have been hilarious. They're just like,
well, it's a drawn-out explanation
where
Bucky's just like, and whatever, Winter Soldier's Bucky in the new movie, but they could have just done it to where, like, they could have just used that line and give it to someone else.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. That was in
but
there, like Black Widow, because she was there.
Yeah.
And just be like, because what Bucky says is, hang on, I'm checking my backlog. He goes, no, Captain America doesn't use them. He says they're for sissies.
Yeah.
Or he goes, he never uses them. He thinks they're for sissies.
But I mean, even the guy who was already there, who just said yeah, I did. He could have said the line.
Yeah.
That's all. You know, it was just set up perfectly.
Well, this point in the Avengers, when like he says like the lines like, "There's only one guy. He doesn't dress like that." He jumps out of the plane. He grabs the parachute first before he jumps out of the plane. I was so mad when he grabbed the parachute. I'm like, no, just like immediately get your shield and just run the fuck off. That's what I wanted him to do. Like, nope, gotta go.
Just tuck and roll.
Use your shield to break velocity.
You wouldn't have given Black Widow time to be like, "Hey, you better sit those for now." He already be gone. It's like,
right.
It's like a fucking Batman style.
So that's what that feels like.
So good.
So yeah, I mean, it's like it's a small nitpick, but for like diehard Ultimates fans, it's just like, come on,
you ruined it.
Throw us a bone. You blew it.
Yeah,
they ruined that like they ruined the end of the first Captain America movie,
the first Avenger,
when they could have ended it with the whole like love letter.
It was all written out and shit already for him in the Ultimates.
Exactly. So you already got your script right there.
Because that's the part where he's just like, Captain America thinks parachutes are for sissies.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's like when he hits the ground, he's like, "What are you waiting for, ladies?
Christmas?"
Yeah.
And he just like fucking runs through. And that guy gets shot in the head, but like his helmet stopped the bullet. It's like, oh man, it stopped it. And they just like raid the fucking Nazis and shit. That's fucking epic. It's like that's already there for you. Just make it in motion.
Exactly. It's already written to be like a movie.
It is. It really is. I mean, that was Miller's intention. You know, this is when he was trying to.
The legendary Sam Jackson.
Yeah. He was pretty much just paving the way for his script to make the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And that's what he was doing with all his comics, like with Wanted and whatnot, and now Kick-Ass.
Oh, Wanted. I wanted that movie to be good.
Yeah, it should. By all intents and purposes, it should have been.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's no reason why.
It should have been, like, he needs to reboot it and just have it as an indie title.
That'd be cool.
Like a Kickstarter campaign. Although I'm sure he's just happy with the paycheck he got after that.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he's in his giant mansion on his wanted money.
Yeah.
In Ireland.
It's like, instead of having a floor, his whole house is a pool.
Shitty movie money.
He just floats around.
Wait, is he Scottish?
Yeah, he's Scottish.
Yeah, it's Scotland.
He's from Glasgow. But, my other point of contention, where's Hawkeye? Come on, Black Widow's there. Sam Jackson's there.
I agree.
He's not there.
I agree. Nods.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, that he's eating the delicious taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but that doesn't mean he has no time to hang out with Cap.
I forgot about that. That's so good.
Just saying. But, I don't know, because Hawkeye's one of my favorite characters, played by one of my favorite actors. It's like, that would just be cool to see more of Hawkeye.
Clint Barton.
Because you saw, 2 seconds of him in the Avengers, so, I don't know.
He was in, the whole movie.
He was in, the second half. The first half, he's like, I'm possessed.
Yeah, but he did a lot of work as being possessed.
But I want to see the real Hawkeye.
He, fucked them all up when he was possessed, remember?
But
they shot the bomb into, curves.
But
the arrow, whatever.
Yeah, it's like...
Nah, I'm just trying
That's a real way to curve the arrow. Okay, well, him with his actual personality before he gets owned by Black Widow.
Like a bump in the head.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. What do you say, full cranial restart? Something like that. That's how I fix it.
I just press Alt Control Delete on his brain.
Real hard in the head.
I hit you with my foot.
Yeah, you're just like, man, just fuck already.
They're on that scaffold.
I'd be fine with that. Just get out of the way.
That probably would have that also would have unbrainwashed him too.
Dude, it would have. Oh, pussy.
So, whoa, what was going on? Why would I kill her? I got so many other things I could do.
I'll just
kill her with my smile.
Yeah. We're taking prisoners now, Loki.
That'd be like, he's still acting like he's under mind control. We're just gonna go to this cell over here, out of your view. And he has like a perfect time to just kill Loki, but he's preoccupied.
Like how Loki totally trusts them to be badasses at what they do.
Yeah.
He took the scientist and he took Clint. And he's just like always like, so what would you do, Clint? He's like, I would do this, this, and this. Like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, what a great boss.
Yeah, right.
Just Loki, just a good guy, Loki.
He's just the foreman.
Treats his employees well.
Wonder what type of benefits you get working for Loki.
Hey man, you get creative freedom to carry out your missions.
Do you get dental?
I'm sure he'll magic that shit.
Oh wait, I wonder what type of vision plan Hawkeye has. Free contacts.
Loki will create illusions to make it look like you had 20/20.
Oh man. Well, another Marvel movie news. Who remembers the Deadpool movie?
No.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is weighing in. He says, in its current iteration, the movie is actually so small. There's minimal impact to the studio, which is the way we're kind of presenting it to them. We're saying, look, the budget is minimal. Therefore, we can do this the way it should be, ? Which unfortunately needs R rating or needs one of those elements. So he says the script is already... So I remember hearing that they had leaked script. So it pretty much confirms it. Says the script is already available online. It leaked. It's very meta. I mean, the character knows he's in a movie. He knows he's in a comic book. He names studio executives in the script. So it's a kind of risky property. But, we'll see. It's actually within the last couple of weeks taken a few, very, very few tippy toes forward. Mm-hmm. So they questioned him if the movie's ever going to get made. He's like, in our lifetime? Yeah, I think so. I think if I were a betting man, it'll get made eventually.
And this is Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. I mean, it's just been developed to high heaven. It's great people around it, so...
Well, I mean, the way they could do it, where they could just have it to where Deadpool's, like, psychologically, like, fucked after the experiment from... in the terribleness of X-Men Wolverine.
Well, I like how they're not even going to make it a direct sequel.
Well, I know that too, but I'm saying, like, they could have easily gone with that, and, he just has this mental breakdown. He realizes, like, he's this, like, fictional character, and then, he just tears his mouth hole open.
But didn't he get decapitated at the end?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's Deadpool.
Yeah, even so. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him, like, saying, oh, hey, this is the studio exec for this movie.
Maybe in his death he becomes omnipotent.
I'm sure if it's right, if he has Ryan Reynolds playing it,
yeah,
I'm sure he can do it justice.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the fact that they're like, we're not going to make... This is not a sequel to X-Men Origins. This is his own standalone.
Really
and they probably just smiled like, perfect.
Because I heard like, in the script, he walks by, like, a movie poster for the movie, and he's like, oh, I heard that movie's terrible, and just keeps walking. So that's how they acknowledge this movie exists, now this is our own movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I actually hope it gets made. A lot of people hate on Ryan Reynolds unnecessarily. And I think he'll make a good Deadpool. For his 5 minutes he was Deadpool?
He was a perfect Deadpool.
I don't know why people hate on Ryan Reynolds.
Green Lantern.
No, before that there was hate for him.
There was hate from the River City Hobo.
Yeah, there was.
Van Wilder.
He hated him with the passion.
Yeah, because
like, I'm no fan of Van Wilder.
But that was why he hated him.
That's definitely not the definition of his career.
I don't know. I never really hated him. He was never like, oh my god, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it's 5 minutes of Deadpool. I was like, all right, this is good. Now let's get more. Oh, okay, never mind. He's gone for the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, what would you like to see? Like, what if you could script it? Like, what would be your plot? Like, what villain would he fight, or would he just go around just shooting random people?
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, that would be badass. If they had the balls, but they don't.
I don't know. I would have it to where he's just doing his own story. But kind of do his version of X2 X-Men United, to where he goes and visits the facility of the origins of the
Weapon X program.
The Weapon X program. Yeah, damn, I totally blanked out. Totally blanked out. Yeah, so I would have him like do his own version of revisiting that. And then at the end, just do like a little teaser for like General Ross comes up to him or something, and wants to start the Thunderbolts. Granted, that would take a miracle on Marvel's behalf.
Yeah,
because I would love to see the Thunderbolts. I would love to see like Deadpool with Punisher, with General Ross, and Elektra. To me, that would just be awesome.
That would be pretty badass.
Because like in the Thunderbolts, there's like this like, well, Deadpool makes it a triangle because he's jealous, but Punisher and Elektra they're pretty much just fuck buddies throughout the whole campaign of what they're doing.
Is it the real Elektra or is it Skrull Elektra?
No, it's the real Elektra. And Deadpool's like been trying to hit on her, and then he sees them having sex, so now he's like mad and angry and jealous, and so he makes this into like an awkward love triangle, and just like just saying the funny shit that he says. So I don't know. I think that would just be really hilarious on screen.
Yeah. I think like the best part of that, if they did go back and do like the X2 storyline, if Stryker's still there. Remember Wolverine like stabbed him, then he wrapped that chain around him. Like he's just slowly been bleeding out for like this last 10 years.
Kelly Hugh's still full of all the adamantium.
Sitting there.
That would be awesome if they just had him like cross over into that part, and he's just like making all this commentary about it. That would be the worst depressive mission right there. Like, hey Stryker, you dead yet? No. Just very cold.
Shut up. Wait.
What would be cool is that he goes and makes his own team. Like brings in like Sabretooth and a couple of other like
Lee Schreiber.
Yeah, kind of like low level villains and stuff.
Deadpool doesn't work with anybody though. He hates everybody.
It's not necessarily true.
I mean,
he
not
works well
necessarily.
in teams. I mean,
but
or even do like Cable and Deadpool.
I think he'll team up, but I don't think he would ever like have his own team that he would roll around with all the time.
I don't know. I wouldn't see why not.
No, there's a lot of reasons why not. Because he wouldn't be Deadpool if he's like flagged down with the team that he's always rolling around.
He'd totally be Deadpool because he'd be annoying the shit out of everybody.
What if he just had a sidekick?
I would go with one other person like he does with like Cable, but like a whole team.
What about Doc?
Like, I don't see Deadpool ever being a team player.
I think Deadpool flourishes in a team because he constantly has people feeding him.
He flourishes
content.
Whoever gives him money. He's a mercenary.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as long as there's people around. He's got somebody to annoy, somebody that has no choice but to listen to. No, he doesn't. When was the last time you read a Deadpool comic?
The last time you read a Deadpool comic?
Thunderbolts. He's in the entire series, like the last 15 issues.
I don't know. A really good amount of Deadpool. He kills people.
I would say Deadpool.
I would say Deadpool.
I'm just saying, in the team environment, the way it's been working in Thunderbolts, I don't think adapt perfectly well to movies.
I don't think it should be his film though.
At least not the first one.
Maybe not. Okay, well, fine. He asked me that question. I asked you that question. What's your perfect Deadpool movie?
I don't have a perfect Deadpool movie.
Well, what would you go with? How would you start it?
Almost perfect Deadpool movie.
What would be the synopsis?
Would he hit someone with his life bar?
I would want to cross over with him and Wolverine. Like, just have some. Like, he's like the main person that you would want to see fight.
Yeah.
Or just having him go on like random mercenary missions and. I would say it would be a pretty loose story for any kind of Deadpool story. Nothing concrete, nothing that anybody would even care to tie in, because it's Deadpool. They want to see him be by himself, do mercenary work, be a badass, not give a fuck about anybody else but himself. That's what he does best. And he just kills whoever gets in his way.
And he's the best at what he does.
I think him going against Wolverine would just be a cool like fight between them, because he more like annoys Wolverine to the point where they just duel.
It'd be cool.
He annoys, but that's the thing though. He annoys everybody to the point where everyone wants to kill him.
Like put the Thunderbolts in it, but I don't want him working with the Thunderbolts at all. Like I don't want him like rolling around with the team, like just having Deadpool just.
I don't know. I would heavily advise you read the Thunderbolts because it doesn't exactly work the way you think. It's got a little bit of what I like.
That story doesn't work the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it depends because whoever writes Deadpool, he's been written so many different ways.
Yeah.
So there's obviously someone that can write him in.
There's literally a scene where they're doing a mission for Frank. Right, this is the current story they're going into.
Frank Sinatra.
So Frank Castle. So Punisher has this plan to take down the biggest mafia boss that nobody knows about. They pretty much run the whole thing, almost like Bilderberg kind of thing, but for the New York underground. Old school Cosa Nostra Italian mafia. And so he's got his plan to take him down. First it involves the Flash Thompson Venom, who wears looks like a football suit. He uses Venom like a football suit. Wow. Elektra and Deadpool. Mm-hmm. They're literally in a Punisher's van stuck in traffic on the Washington Bridge. And Deadpool just hops out the van. Like, I'm going to go get some pizza. I'll meet you guys there. And they're just like, what? You can't leave. And Frank's just like, let him. Better off without him for now, Yeah. I don't know. It's just funny shit.
Yeah, I would agree.
They could start the movie like that. And
they do it right.
But before that, the whole time, he's just annoying the shit out of them. So when he leaves, and Elektra and Venom are like, hey, get back here. And Frank's just like, no, let him go.
Yeah, I like a combination of both of y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It starts off with him as a team. And they get to that scene in traffic, and he leaves, and he goes on his whole other adventure. And he's all bloody and cut up, and comes back in the van, and they're still stuck in traffic. That leads to the sequel where they actually go on that mission.
I was like, I guess there would be. Like,
well, see, the thing was, it was like, what if somebody notices you? He's like, 9 times, or he goes 7 times out of 10, I get noticed as Spider-Man. I usually just run with it, and then it literally happens in the next issue. Some little girl goes, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Are you going to kill some bad guys today? He was like, well, with any luck. So something like that. He's like, can I have your picture? Like, sure thing, kid. Nice. And then, like, the whole thing with the new crossover that's happening, the Marvel-wide crossover, the aliens are trying to kill Earth. God. Yeah, like this big spaceship comes, and Deadpool's going to save some innocent people, and then he kills a couple of...
innocent people.
Yeah.
Oops.
Pretty much. No, I don't think they're innocent people. I think they're a couple of aliens. And they're like, take them out, Spider-Man. Why aren't you using your webs? I was like, oh, well, this sword works a lot better.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see some team elements. That'd be cool. To see him shine with some other stars.
I want to see him team up with Juggernaut, and he just keeps pissing off Juggernaut. Yeah. Juggernaut just keeps killing him. And then he'll heal and come back. Hey, what's going on?
See, my whole thing is I'd like to see a couple of the characters from X-Men Origins come back and actually be done some justice.
Yeah, the only thing is that they're...
Well, I am.
They're, like they said, they're operating off of that low budget. They might not have anybody else to have, like, to hire anything besides just, like, the main Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool. So I'm thinking it would work better if they...
Well, I think with Ryan Reynolds is the type of dude, he'd probably take the pay cut.
Yeah, but you can't plan on that, though.
You can't plan on that,
yeah.
But he wants this movie to be made. I think it's pretty...
Not everybody is Keanu Reeves. They're just going to give away their whole paycheck to their coworkers.
Well, plus the whole thing is that, like, he's had 2 major bombs, like, back-to-back. So I think he's probably just like, I just need something to hit, so,
I don't want to go the Katherine Heigl route.
Oh, God.
What's wrong with Katherine Heigl?
What isn't wrong
like,
with
the
her?
last, 4 movies she's been in bombed.
Nobody
even wants to see her.
For the money. To answer your question,
they don't even want to see her in movies.
Like,
she hasn't made a movie in years. She's not a seller. She doesn't sell tickets.
I saw her in was The Killers with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that movie didn't
That was like
do well
the bootleg version of that Night and Day movie with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
I never
I was like, what that movie was. I was like, oh, they're doing a couples movie. Let's do the same thing where I'm also a spy and you're also an innocent woman. Like, okay.
Oh, wow, that sounds terrible.
It is terrible.
Speaking of sounding terrible, hey, Jackie Chan's coming back to American movies.
Terrible.
So that's the first thing. Now...
I have my eyes closed.
Why is that terrible?
Because he's teaming up with Sean William Scott. Now, I like Sean William Scott. He was great in The Goon. If you have not seen The Goon...
I haven't seen it, no.
It's worth watching. He's like a hockey enforcer.
It's on Netflix.
He's great in Southland Tales.
I haven't seen that, but that also sounds good.
He's awesome in...
Sarah Michelle Gellar and The Rock and Mandy Moore.
He's awesome.
Nice.
What was that Cops movie? With Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan?
Oh, freaking Cop Out.
Cop Out.
God.
He was pretty funny in Cop Out.
Dude, do you still like that movie? I still like that movie.
I still like it.
I really like it.
It wasn't as funny as like the
Smith.
first view through. The second time I watched it, I was like, it's not as funny.
You come straight out of a comic book always makes me laugh, though.
Yeah.
Because I watched it like a couple of months ago. I still have the torrent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You come straight out of a comic book.
Props to Enter the Dragon.
I feel like every time I watch Cop Out, like I watch that one at one time. But I feel like Bruce Willis is seems less and less dedicated to that role every time I watch it.
It just keeps morphing every time I watch it.
Fake smiles and assholes I'm working with.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, so the movie's going to be called Skip Trace, and it's centered on Benny Black, played by Jackie Chan, whose daughter is caught up with the crime syndicate.
By Benny the Jet.
That would be badass.
I don't go anywhere with that, Benny.
Run by his nemesis. So, Sean William Scott's going to play a gambler named Connor Watts, who helps Black after being brought back to Hong Kong to aid the investigation. Now, the reason why I'm so wary of this movie, I don't know if you ever saw Bulletproof Monk.
I did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Say no more. Sean William Scott and Chow Yun-fat, and the movie was fucking horrible.
It's like they only teleported when it was convenient to the plot, but never to get them out of actual situations.
But it's just I don't want to see Sean William Scott do kung fu ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Did you like the Rundown?
That was one with The Rock.
The Rundown was fun.
Yeah.
But there was no kung fu in that movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying another movie that he's good in.
He did 5% fight. Well, it was only because of his banner that that he was enjoyable in that, but his fighting was he's throwing pots and shit.
See,
doing some thunder?
He's doing.
How about a little bit of lightning?
Oh god.
That's what he said.
See, I think this could work if they do it more like Rush Hour, where he's the comic relief, Jackie Chan does all the fighting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it had potential.
You think he's gonna fill that Chris Tucker void?
Nobody can fill that void, man.
I will bitch slap you back to Africa.
Well, considering how bad the third one was, yeah, we need a change. We need someone else.
There's some good parts in the third one.
Yeah, I will take your word for it. Honestly, I've only seen it once, and it's a blur. All I know is they fight the tall, like, Chinese dude.
That's the funny part. The whole part with Chris Tucker is just fucking makes me laugh.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it peaked at 2. I might give it another watch.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm
Rick-a-tan, man.
I'm not defending the rope. Don't let the bathrobe fool you. It's the only color they have. No, yeah, it definitely. I'm not defending the third one. It's just it did have like a couple funny parts.
Yeah, a few gems.
Yeah, a few gems in there, but yeah, it was definitely wirework Jackie and stuff. Not constantly, like where he like jumps up and like hides himself in the flag. Like he jumps in the flag, like no support or anything. He just like himself, but the two sides of the flag like covered in the
yeah.
He's hiding in a flag. Like that's cool, but that's not efficient.
I do wonder how long after Skip Trace's out before Jackie's like, yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't get any of the jokes.
Oh yeah, like you do with Rush Hour.
Yeah. I don't get this sense of humor.
Yow.
Kana!
You saw like a karate movie.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. I would just like to see Jackie Chan in another good movie.
I want to see Chris Tucker with Jackie Chan again.
I would if they did it, if it was a different plot. Like, if it wasn't another Rush Hour.
Okay.
They took those same 2 people, they just put them in a whole other movie.
Very good.
Just because, I don't know. I just... Any hope for a good Rush Hour is dead to me after Rush Hour 3.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can make, like, like another dynamic. And, I mean, they make a good team. They have good chemistry.
The first Rush Hour is just fucking awesome.
What about another Jackie Chan and, what's the guy's name? Owen Wilson.
Oh,
Shanghai Nights 3?
No.
Yeah, I call this one by Kung Pao Chicken. Remember that's the worst line ever. It would be one thing if at least like his move had something to do with either the Kung Pao or chicken. It was a clothesline. Like, I don't know.
But it made pow. It made a pow sound. So Kung Pao chicken.
More like a wop.
See, but that actually makes more sense. Like,
just
I feel like
a wop.
I feel like they had no intention to actually make it, even try to make that joke. Which is still leagues better than his, let's call this my Kung Pao chicken. First of all, I'm sure at that period in time, Kung Pao chicken didn't even exist.
Yeah.
And this was was it like 1800s or something? I don't know. Whenever it was, American Chinese food had not been invented. That joke does not make any sense.
Yeah, I just came to an epiphany here.
Uh-huh.
You remember the joke we had made a long time ago when we first started when we used to write lyrics and freestyle?
Yeah.
And Mike, he said, how about this one? I got more hit than a wop.
Uh-huh.
And we laughed because we thought hit meant like a kill, and wop meant Italian. But I think he literally meant like the wop sound of a hit. And I just came to that realization that all these years we thought him wittier than he actually was.
Huh. Well, I remember we actually had addressed that. You probably just forgot.
I probably did. Obviously, I did.
I think it was like all those minutes as we were laughing, and then we kind of broke down the line, and then he was just like, "Oh yeah, that's totally what I meant."
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to play it off.
Like, yeah, that's what I meant. Because he did that a lot, where he just kind of stayed quiet and like, "Well, yeah, that's what I meant."
Give you that smile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that fucking shit-eating smile.
That would be the one.
Yep, totally did that.
Well, speaking of shit-eating, oh man, this thing's not loading up. Well, I'll just talk about it. Speaking of shit-eating, IGN. This story comes from IGN. I only want to read it because it's so stupid. Okay, so basically, Guardians of the Galaxy, is coming out next year. And so is another movie that they're trying to make. I'll just tell it. 50 Shades of Grey also comes out next year.
Okay.
So I'm sure nobody in this room gives a fuck about the 50 Shades of Grey movie.
Emma Watson.
Is she in that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, well then we all give a shit about it. No, I don't know. But I mean, okay, but basically my point is that if you had a choice, if like both those movies come out on the same day, is it going to be a difficult choice to decide, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy or 50 Shades of Grey?
No, because, well, one, I think this is probably the only one, they're different audiences.
Yeah, exactly. So this is IGN's article, and I think they just threw this in here just to link bait, just to be like, oh, hey, we put Guardians in the title. So he's like, oh, well, I think that Guardians of the Galaxy can sit tight now. They don't have to worry about coming out at the same time as 50 Shades of Grey. It's like, why would they be worried?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even shitting on 50 Shades of Grey. If you like it, if that's your introduction to BDSM, hey, more power to you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people that are into that book and people that are into Guardians of the Galaxy, there might be some crossover.
They clearly have not been watching hardcore porn since they were 14.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, it's just like
only that.
It's complete. You couldn't get two diametrically opposed audiences.
There might be some crossover, but mostly there's going to be two different sides. Like,
so
do you like this genre or you like comic books?
This is why IGN's full of fucking stupid.
But I just wanted to put them. I just want to put them on blast. So this is the name of the topic of the article. If you want to leave comments and tell them how stupid they are, it's like 50 Shades of Grey pushed back Marvel's Guardians off the hook. It's like,
wow, that's such a bait.
Yeah, it's just like
that's so dumb. That's so incredibly dumb. Off the hook.
It's like, oh no, I'm sure Kevin Frugier, or where the fuck his name is, he's sitting there and he's like, oh man, just wiping the sweat from his brow.
Feige?
Yeah, Feige, Fabergé. He's just sitting there like, oh, I'm so glad that movie's not coming out. I thought this movie was gonna bomb.
I was sweating bullets
because all the soccer moms and women that probably wouldn't see my movie anyway are it's just fucking stupid. So IGN, shame on you. You're lucky that you even have Naomi Kyle, because that's your only redeeming quality.
It's actually going to work in Marvel's favor if 50 Shades of Grey does come out the same weekend, the same Friday weekend, because husband's going to be all, yo, wife, I'm going to the movies, you want to come with me? And they'll be like, no. But I tell you what, if you want to watch 50 Shades of Grey with me afterwards, then we can go see both movies, and I'll go with you, and you'll be like, compromise.
And then you're like, yeah, I'll go. And then when the movie starts, I have to use the restroom. And then you come back an hour and a half later. Oh man, that was a good movie. I mean,
better yet, it'll be like, oh, looks like both movies start at the same time. Well, have fun with yours.
You just take your ring off. I'll see you in an hour. You knew what this was when you signed up. When you said those vows that said that I shall not forsake you except for a Marvel Studios movie.
Except for when Guardians of the Galaxy comes out. And Thor the Dark World in 2 weeks.
Unless Zoe Saldana's name is in the credits. There's like this whole list of fine print. It's like, you didn't read that? No, I thought it was just a joke. No, this is serious. I made you sign that shit.
You don't have a copy in your wallet like I do?
Yeah. You pull it out. It's like those wallets that flip down with all the pictures, but it's just like a paper.
Yeah.
Like all these stipulations.
You mean you don't carry a code of conduct pamphlet?
You're like a magnifying glass.
That's the very last page.
Codes of conduct. One day I'll read one of those. One day. So, also speaking of Marvel Studios, I think it's the last Marvel Studios related one I have. But it comes on by way of Collider. It's still kind of one of those where it's like a whole lot of nothing. Basically, they have the rights back for Daredevil and Punisher.
And Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil and
Daredevil. Daredevil.
Yeah, Ben Affleck, where you at?
Where you at? He's too busy being Batman.
Unfortunately.
Too busy letting us down.
Yeah, he's not the superhero.
Fuck everybody who's blindly saying, "Oh, he's a great actor because he was in Argo." He's a great director. Okay.
Oh man, Argo. Yeah. But yeah, so basically their whole thing is like they're trying to figure out exactly what they want to do with them. They haven't decided just yet. The only thing they really have coming down the pipe is Ant-Man for their Phase 3. But I think the thing that's difficult for them, because obviously, to me, they're two characters that are easy to do, despite the fact that they've been butchered multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much great source material to pull from, with Bendis' run and Brubaker, and even what's his name? I can't remember his name. The Miller guy, but not Mark Miller. Frank Miller. And Frank Miller's run on Daredevil, and then also then you got Garth Ennis' Punisher. So these are all great titles with long runs. There's plenty of material to pull from. The issue is these are both very dark superheroes.
Yeah. And
the Marvel movie universe, which is ironic because the comic universes are a lot more dark.
Yeah.
The movie ones are a lot more bright and superhero-y. And, I think they just don't want to taint that because, the whole thing is, especially now that they're under Disney on top of that.
Yeah.
So
it could be like a Punisher Max movie.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that bums me out.
See Kitchen Irish become a movie?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, man. I don't know, because I really wonder, I think it's probably just going to be like what they feel is going to benefit them more in the long term, to have like a really gritty Punisher movie that might not be in the total Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Punisher doesn't work unless it is gritty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
There's no way you can't have Punisher. Like, just the sheer content. If you do Punisher to where it's it's going to be favorable for all audiences, you're going to have Expendables. And that's not Punisher. Then you're just making him a joke.
Yeah.
You know, then you make a joke out of his turmoil, you know, his whole entire origin of what drove him to be the Punisher.
Yeah.
You know, which was the death of his wife and children.
You know, when you say that, that actually gives me the idea. Like, then they probably should just not make it in the greater Marvel universe and do it like Max is, where it just exists, you know, on its own. And that way they have the leeway. They don't have to worry, like, well, these other superheroes might encounter him. It's like, no. He's in his universe, he's doing his thing, and, you know, let it be.
Yeah, you leave him alone.
Yeah. Leave Frank Castle alone.
That makes sense if they just made it like... if they try to make that movie, but, you know, made it apparent enough that it was going to be a standalone.
Well, even then, if they could do they could just do a Max version of Marvel Knights, of the Marvel Knights line.
Yeah.
Where they could have Daredevil cross into... Like, they could just do both origins, and just... They can do them justice. I have faith that they'll do them justice. You know,
I say like they might be too dark for Disney since they have Marvel.
Oh well, no, poo.
Well, I mean, as far as Punisher goes, I don't know. I think Daredevil is the more complicated one, though, because he can kind of run with the Avengers, but at the same time, like, you know, I mean, he's the same with Punisher, where having a dark story is.
Well,
what makes
let
him
me
shine.
finish what I was saying. So you can reboot both storylines and just do a retelling of their origin and do it better than what. Because even as much as I love Thomas Jane's, it's a little comic booky.
Yeah.
And it's not adapted well from the comic books. It almost kind of stays in line with the comic book nature instead of like being like this really serious tone movie. There's a little bit of a very tiny amount of jokiness to it.
Yeah, it's very campy.
Yeah, there's a little campiness to it.
If anything, it's not comic booky enough.
Daredevil was okay. I wouldn't say it's like outright bad. It was okay, but it could have done a lot better, especially with the action wise. So get someone in there that knows some martial arts or is willing to do the choreography, or even get a young guy. Do a young Daredevil, do a Frank Castle in his like early 30s, like 34, maybe 35, mid 30s. And have the tragedy happen to him. Bring in even some Heroes for Hire. Have that movie go in. Put Kingpin in the center of each of those movies to where they all tie into each other.
That would be good, yeah.
Yeah, and then you do Marvel Knights, or you do Heroes for Hire movie that brings them all together.
Christmas.
You know, and you could have it to where they're kind of at war with each other, and that could be like the Marvel Knights 1, and then by the mid to the end of that, they take down like a couple of villains like Hammerhead and Bullseye and stuff like that, and those guys are just underlings for the Kingpin, and then like the trifecta movie of that just leads to the penultimate battle with the Kingpin.
God damn, this is gonna be like 25 years in the making.
I don't think so. I think you do Punisher 1 and 2, you do a Daredevil, and you do maybe even a Heroes for Hire 1 and 2.
It's assuming that anybody's gonna be interested in this movies, or if they're even gonna pay off, or if they're even gonna have budgets, or if they're even gonna put one of them out and they're like, well, is this whole thing even gonna work? Like, no, like. How big of a fan base is Heroes for Hire even going to have? Like, I know comic book people.
I was about to say that, because if you follow, because you're saying, it might be like 25 movies, if they follow the exact same model they did with Avengers, because all the Avengers really are B-level heroes. Like, none of them...
The Avengers movie itself, when you really tear it down, it's decent. It wasn't like everybody...
Great, sir.
Everybody loves that it's great because it was all the movies that came out, and this was the final result. But the first half, and even longer than that, of the movie is fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's really boring until it gets to the helicarrier scene.
The reason it's successful because everybody knows these people. Like,
now they do.
You're not going to have everybody cheering for Iron Man. Like,
nobody cared who Iron Man was until 2008.
Everybody knows who Iron Man is.
Yeah, but Iron Man was
not really, though.
But Iron Man was never that popular of a hero.
Even in the
Avengers,
movies. If you read back to all the comics in the Avengers, he was just the rich dude whose mansion everybody stayed in.
Dude, I guarantee you, because before, like, the popular superheroes have always been, like, Spider-Man, the X-Men, mainly Wolverine, and then obviously the DC heroes. But Iron Man, I mean, people knew him to an extent, but no one would ever be like, oh, I wish I could be Iron Man. Especially in the Marvel Universe. You got superpowered people. I'm telling you,
Iron Man
I don't agree with that.
No, the Iron Man you know now is because of all the popularity.
I know, like, I'm not saying, like, I know Robert Downey Jr. and that whole Iron Man movies, yeah, they definitely fucking propelled it into the future. But I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't say that, like, nobody was interested in Iron Man before that.
I think that was the case, though.
Nobody was. Talk to Dad. He'll tell you that Iron Man wasn't that big of an action star.
I'm just saying, people had, like, a passing interest in Iron Man, but he was never that big. Like,
yeah.
He was, I don't know, like, Iron Man, he was a guy in a suit. He was a guy in a suit in a world with super crazy powerful people. Like, would you rather be the Hulk, where you can just smash shit, or be Iron Man and just, I got a tin can to fly around? And the movies changed that. The movie completely re-propelled him. And not only that, in the comic world, the extremist storyline that all the movies pretty much take from, like, that also revitalized him as a hero in the comics. But he was never that great. He never really had a definitive story either. So I don't know, but my point is, like, they can do the same. Like, if they could do that with again, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, who've never really been that popular of characters, I think they can do the same with a good story and a good movie for Punisher and Daredevil, and even Heroes for Hire.
So. Yeah, that's why I don't question. Like, I have, until Marvel starts just, like, flipping and effing up here and there, I have the utmost faith that they can do a proper origin story.
Yeah, as long as they don't make another Iron Man 3.
Or another Captain America 1.
I don't want to see another Punisher origin.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know.
Like, I didn't like the setting. Like, the beginning of Punisher was okay, but I don't know. I didn't like the whole, like, Frank Castle CIA operative. Frank, he hates a fucking Marine. Well, I don't say he hates the CIA, but he was
a backstory in there.
Yeah, kind of.
Animated flashback, but
yeah.
And then they said, like, he's got a son in the movie, not a daughter. It's like,
well, he had both.
Did he have both in real life?
He lost 2 kids in a while.
Hey, Punisher lives down the street.
He's as real as you or me, my friend.
I don't know, and like,
want him to be.
I would say, the first Punisher was pretty campy. Let's always forget about that War Journal one that was made afterwards.
Oh God!
But I think
I don't acknowledge any other movie after.
Yeah, well, I think Tom Jane should definitely keep playing him.
I think so too.
Because of Dirty Laundry, that makes me think that he can do the grittiness because he's dedicated.
Well, he wants to do it.
Yeah,
not that he can. He wants to, so he's willing.
Yeah,
the desire's there.
If they go in that direction, I would. Like, I would like them to go into the correct direction for Punisher, but I still want Thomas Jane to be the Punisher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still want him to be the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not against anybody else, but I just feel like the Punisher potential with Tom Jane. I don't think Tom Jane thinks they tapped him enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, then okay, if that's the case, then okay, they bring him in. You do like the opening, like even like the opening sequence to Punisher Max 1, where he puts the claymores around the house. Rushes all the men outside, or he throws a grenade, so the grenade blows up, and then they all rush outside.
He goes in, because it was like the old like mafia boss.
Oh, he shoots him in the head.
He just goes in and waltzes in there, shoots the dude in the head, so everyone's like, what the fuck? So they all rush out to kill him. They hit the claymore mines. He's on like the M60.
But that wasn't even the best. The best part wasn't the action. It's the narration.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, I'll walk in there, put one in his head, walk out. Everyone will be too shocked to react.
Yeah.
It's like, that's when I go out and I wait for them. Then they'll be angry. Their wives will be screaming. The kids will be crying. And then they'll all come out flooding looking for vengeance. It's like, and that's when you get them at their most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And he's just like breaking it down from the psychological aspect. And you're just like, wow, Garth Ennis is fucking lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And then boom, they just start running out, trip all the claymores, like 20 of those dudes die. There's like, I don't know, a lot of them. And then he just comes out with the M60, just boom, 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 just fucking melting them.
Turn them into paint.
Yeah, well, that didn't come out till Mother Russia, but I love that line.
Dude, they should have Stallone direct a Punisher
Yeah, you
movie.
do that. That's your opening sequence, and then you get the badass music, Punisher, and then the credits, opening credits, and then you go into the movie where he's writing into his war journal.
Yeah.
I think if you did the narration aspect like they did in Punisher Max,
that would be badass.
then the movie would be incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you've seen him like he's doing the reload while they're sitting there discussing. You don't hear what they're saying because the narration's talking over that. And then they sound like not whispers, but it's kind of like drowned out almost. And then he's sitting there explaining it, and then as he's explaining it, they'll probably try to flank, and then they'll go like sideways. And so he's explaining everything he's doing as it's happening. As like, and then you have like these like badass like flashes of awesome where it's like, you know, then he's done talking and then the action starts happening and you just get like this cool like blaring music and like just all this nonstop action. Yeah, then in that case you could definitely, and then Tom Jane in the middle of all that. Yes, I would like to see that.
God's gonna
That's what I would like to see.
I really would like to see like a Rambo style, like the newest Rambo. Like Stallone, like directing a Punisher, like that type of gritty, just over the top.
You're
violence.
not gonna fix
Frank
anything.
Castle and Nom.
Yeah, basically, just all you do is just palette swap, put in Frank Castle.
That's so good.
You got any Skull T-shirts? No, they're not gonna change anything.
You got any powers?
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. We can dream.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling.
I just feel like not that I don't want to see any of this happen. I just
You
feel
do.
like it's gonna get fucked up. Like I feel like there's like inevitable. No matter how high the things are, you just have to get your hopes low so that anything will impress you. So I feel like nothing's gonna rest well in the hands of anybody eventually.
Sometimes.
Well, that's the reason why Iron Man worked, because nobody was expecting it. Like, oh, whatever,
I'm
another
putting my
superhero movie.
expectations low. I'm gonna say they'll suck.
But if you had your expectations high and you really look at Iron Man, it's really not that great. Like, none of them are really all that incredible, except for maybe Thor. Like, I think Thor really stands out as the ultimate best.
For the movies leading up to the Avengers, you mean? Or?
Yeah, for the Marvel.
I don't know. I think the
wasn't
first
a guy.
Iron Man was probably the best of the.
I contend that. I would say Iron Man isn't as great a movie as people perceive it to be.
I don't know.
Simply because the low expectations.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things. Like if you go back and watch it after you,
Dude, I've seen it. I've seen it tons of times.
Yeah, no,
enough to be like, you know what? This movie it's cool. The opening sequence works. I like it, but there is no fucking action in that movie.
See, I will agree with you on that part because after I saw it, I was like, this is great, but I wish I got to see a little more action.
Well, the thing is, like, the more successful I think the movies are, is the more geared they are towards general audiences. So the more geared they are towards general audiences, the less that we are gonna like it. Because they're not making it for us. They're making it for a lot of people to like Iron Man, not just the fan base. They're not making it for comic book people. They're making it for everybody to want to enjoy it, to get as much people included as possible into it, and not just saying, hey, we're making this for you, select small of, fan base. We're making this for,
we're going to spend $153 million to make you a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not doing it. Yeah, it's like as much as we want that, they're making it as for as much people can love it as possible. So they're gonna have like the AC/DC music and that shit. Like when did Iron Man ever just like have AC/DC in his helmet all the time?
Always.
Like,
and only give Walmart the selling rights.
They just like, for lack of a better word, when they cop out and do that cheesy shit like that, like they did it so well in the Marvel movies that it still worked for people who are just like, well, this is a cheesy ass movie, but it's still okay.
But yeah, I do agree with your overall point, especially as it concerns my dreaded Iron Man 3, with the whole thing with like the whole kid sidekick, which the kid didn't really bother me that much, but it's just like they only threw him in there to be like, oh, kids are gonna love this Iron Man movie more.
And every superhero needs a sidekick, or anybody who doesn't. Yeah, no, that Iron Man's been around for 40 years.
Yeah, it's like he's fine without a sidekick.
I remember in Secret Wars he had freaking. Sorry to fucking cut you off. I was just gonna say, I remember Secret Wars where he fucking, we're on Battle Planet. Yeah. He fucking has Iron Man super roller skates. I was just like, so when you said that Iron Man's never been like a big, no one's ever really like, blew up about Iron Man until recently. Like I was thinking about it, like thinking back at Secret Wars, like he had super roller skates. Like how cool is like that? That's not a cool thing to look up to.
I don't know. I mean, he's always still had his fan base.
Like Doom had a chest plate that stole Galactus's powers, and Iron Man's got roller skates.
All that
and Lizard
money, that's the best.
And Lizard Man is running faster than him.
Wow.
In this panel. Just
right.
Wow. Yeah, well, there we go. That about sums it up.
Sorry, I just kept going over you.
No, I was just going to say, if he's going to have a sidekick, it should be War Machine. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
Or Pepper Potts. Or Iron Pepper Potts, or whatever his name is.
I think... I'll go with you, because me and you, Prometheus, have this conversation plenty of times where he's like, you don't deserve to wear the suit and all that shit.
Oh,
and then
God.
he gets in the suit and he immediately knows how to use it.
Yeah.
If they just had like a 5-minute Rocky montage of him training him how to use the suit, I would have, okay, they explained it. He did, because they just got in the suit and like Pepper in the third one.
Complete,
oh my God, that was
complete
terrible.
with them jumping at each other in the beach.
Yeah.
In the water, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God. Apollo and Rocky.
They're jumping in front of each other. Like that is like the most homosexual scene I've ever seen in the Rocky franchise.
Yeah,
and they're just like, but you have that, but with like Iron
Tony
Man and War. No, Iron Man and War Machine in suits. Hey, we gotta get out. We're gonna rust
on the outside of the freaking armor.
Sweet.
And they're like cross colors, like the War Machine suits are on Iron Man.
Yeah,
and vice versa.
That'd be sick.
That would be awesome.
Pepper
But no, I would
Potts
totally love to see like them in like really short shorts and muscle shirts, but they're just muscles gleaming in the sun as they're jumping in the salt water.
It's all like Top Gun style.
Yeah, or Rocky style.
Yeah, mixed with Tom Cruise.
No, not Tom Cruise.
The
All
goose.
pasty looking.
There you go.
I'm so white, I'm transparent. You can't see me because I don't like the sun.
Well, in other news, Wonder Woman.
Yay!
So there's these rumors that Wonder Woman, because obviously the Man of Steel sequel just can't have Superman, it just can't have Batman. Now there's rumors they're gonna throw Wonder Woman in there. And, you know, they might as well just make this their Justice League movie. Just throw Wonder Woman in there, throw Green Lantern in there, throw Flash in there, throw fucking Hawkman in there, throw Cyborg in there, throw whatever obscure character you can find.
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, there you
Solomon
go.
Grundy want pants too.
Perfect. Throw Black Canary in there. But so I guess one of their head honchos, Greg Silverman, no relation. Okay, I guess that's one of their
To
executives.
who?
Sarah Silverman.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she's an Amazon princess.
sure.
But it's like, okay, so they interview him. This is on Variety.com, but he's pretty much just like dodging all the questions. So they asked is she going to have her own separate movie? Is she going to be a part of this? It's like, well, we're taking it all very seriously and try to do a plan that's respectful to those characters and maximizes the stories as best they can. So everything that's been speculated are the things that we thought about. So basically a whole mouthful of nothing. So I almost feel like they're just trying to test the waters to see how people are reacting. If they're like, oh, that'll be sweet, and then they'll be like, all right, well, let's just shoehorn Wonder Woman into like the last 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I think I have like completely conflicting feelings. On one hand, I think it would be a smart way to throw her in that universe. Mm-hmm. But I think at the same time, they're already going to have their hands full with not making Batman look like garbage and making a Superman that people actually like. And then you're going to throw in his third superhero who's never been in a movie, who they've never been able to get right. Yeah. And it's just like, I think it's either going to be a perfect storm, or it'll be beautiful, or it's just going to crash and burn, which, since it's in the hands of Zack Snyder, I think I know which way it might be going.
They just need to stop introducing heroes to movies, like, because you know there's like a hero like in the movie coming, and you know they're always going to show up like, front shot, like, I'm here, or I came out. Like, I like when they, like, naturally work in people. Yeah. Like they did with the Avengers. That was just so smart. Everybody was just in their scenes. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, reveal, hey, I'm Cap. And they showed up like, we need to find Cap. Oh, he's working out.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, and, like, at the very beginning, it wasn't like, introduce Hawkeye. Like, Hawkeye was, like, doing shit. Mm-hmm. He was working.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Sam Jackson was, you know, going around talking to everybody, talking to the, you know, to the scientists and shit. So, like, it's very natural when people get introduced in the Avengers, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, big shot like that. Hey, I'm here. Like the fucking sliding doors open.
Chest.
Yeah, well, like, it was none of that. It was all just like natural, coming during a conversation, get introduced this way, you know. And so, I just hate it, like when you know, all the superhero movies, whenever they introduce like every single character, it's got to be a big fucking intro.
Oh yeah.
Like I hope like if they do that with like that, like with Superman the movie, and then Batman gets introduced, and like Wonder Woman gets introduced, like it's just gonna be like an overload. Like I don't want all these people in here. If they're naturally worked in, you might just like just welcome into the movie.
I still think it's a mistake to bring Batman into the Superman.
Oh yeah,
I
completely
agree.
agree.
It's way too soon.
Yeah,
it's way too
definitely
soon.
is.
I think at the very least 2 Superman movies, and then if they're going to bring him in. But it's like they need to fix Superman first.
Yeah, they do.
It's just like they didn't even get that right. Like,
and then
it's just like I don't know, because the whole thing is like, again, you know, we've voiced our opinions. I enjoyed it for the most part, but I'm not a Superman fan.
It's enjoyable. Like when you immediately look back on it, though, you're like, how did the head scientist of Krypton take on the head, the head of the military?
Whoop his ass.
Like, yeah, he's Russell Crowe, but goddamn, like, you don't have to make him a fucking badass.
But he is Maximus.
Like nobody would have blamed him if he was.
Well, the probably in his contract, like, you must make me a badass.
You know, honestly, I would not doubt it. He's like, I'm not getting my ass kicked. I can kick
I wouldn't
this guy's
doubt
ass
it.
in real
Where
life.
like that, like I can't look good. I can't look bad in the movie.
Russell Crowe. I was Gladiator.
What is in my bloody
I was
contract?
bloody Robin Hood. Let's get to fighting.
You might as well just have Zod like tell his army like he is an outlaw. Yeah, they might as well just
beating the crap out of the director. Stop it! All right, Russell, we'll rewrite the
I'll
scene.
tell you, it was probably a mistake to get Russell Crowe in that movie.
Russell Crowe was never a mistake.
He was great, but like I would not have blamed
to Australia.
Wait.
I would not have blamed Jarrell for dying to Zod for being the head because he's the head scientist.
Yeah.
If he had no fighting skill, I'd be like, okay. Like, yeah, you're a scientist. You're the smartest motherfucker. You're the head on this planet of science.
Yeah, it would have made more sense because he died anyway. If he would have just whooped his ass and killed him all easy.
Yeah,
but then the ship still launches.
They should have found like a more clever way for him to stall for time.
Yeah.
Instead of going fisticuffs and winning, like you literally just like you can run this whole army out of your freaking house.
You should have like outsmarted him. Like he just starts telling him like a story. He's like, "Why are you telling me this?"
Yes.
Oh, I'm stalling for time. The ship just flies off
because he just needed to stall for like 10 minutes or something. And once it started launching, he couldn't really stop it.
Should have just like dropped to his knees and just hugged his legs. Stop it! You're not gonna stop this. Get off!
My voice is so captivating. I knew I could stall you for time with a short story. So
like, let me tell you about it.
That would have been smart, and that would have been up to a writing crew, though.
Yeah,
they probably weren't confident.
Let me tell you the story of Maximus.
Hundreds of years ago,
Aurelius,
Sigourney Weaver.
You're gonna want to get a snack.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get a snack.
But like my point is like, it was like they didn't even please Superman fans. Then you're gonna throw Batman in there. Like I think of all the crazed like fanatical fans, like Batman is probably has like the most insane ones.
You know what's gonna happen?
And you're gonna throw Batman in there with someone who can't even get Superman, the most like cut and dry character, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to throw Wonder Woman? It's just like I don't know.
What if they have Batman in there and they make him break his one rule?
See, like that's what I'm worried about because they did that with Superman. Like Batman, I just feel like Batman's just gonna be the Punisher. And he's just going to be just running in there just killing everyone.
Well,
Kryptonite shotguns.
Batman with no rules is a scary motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
That's just like, you're dead before you even know it. If he wants you dead, you can be dead at any time.
You wake up dead.
But yeah, that would ruin Batman. If he did it with Superman, who says he's going to, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, fuck, don't do that.
So, I don't know.
Then him and the Joker would just be best friends.
That would be awesome.
You want to take over Gotham together? Sure.
And Joker ends up being a superhero.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's put a smile on that face, gives him a lollipop.
I killed the soups.
He's wearing scrubs, but like as a cape. Just wraps him around like with the sleeves.
That would be awesome. They should totally do an Elseworlds for Joker's a superhero.
Oh yeah.
It's like, this Bat's crazy.
What if Joker was like Sid from Toy Story?
Just torturing toys.
Let's play.
You got a friend.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'd pay money to watch that.
Yeah.
Emotionally scarred.
I don't know how
Too
much
bad
money.
it's a Disney property.
$2. I want my $2.
I want my money back. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, again, I would love to see a Wonder Woman movie. I just don't have any faith that DC will do it. Justice League.
Plus, I've been on a Justice League Unlimited fix. That's a pretty good series.
Have you seen that show Arrow?
Nah, I haven't seen it. Is it any good?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, that's another movie. That's what I want to do. I want them to do Supermax, where it's like Green Arrow is in like a Supermax prison with all the DC villains. He has to fight his way out. That would be pimp.
I thought. Oh, sorry.
Scrap this Justice League nonsense. Give me Supermax.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be the dude that played Green Arrow in Smallville. Mm-hmm. But it went from some buff guy, and like the first thing it says like the show, like like the show title, with the picture of the show. This Arrow, it's just this dude showing off his ripped abs. I was like, I'm not gonna watch that.
I don't get his Arrow.
You've already lost
out of
the
those
point
abs?
by having that picture as your cover. Like, it's not Oliver Queen. He has like a crew cut and shit. It's just like, where's this goat? Like damn.
Oh, he doesn't even have a goatee.
I don't know. He
does
probably
he even
does,
have a curly mustache?
You didn't even get past his nose when they're zooming down.
I don't think
I'm done.
he might have like a stubble or something.
Yeah,
I might have completely
He's got a
overlooked
soul
it.
patch.
I might have just been mad at it. Just like, why is this like a huge, like a big buff dude?
You know, I bet he has an ironic.
Congratulations, Bobby. You are now a victim of male oversexualization.
It is.
It affected me
It's like you treat the same way that I hate. Like I don't hate fan service, but putting like too much fan service in an anime, it really bugs me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I'm all for tits, but like shit, like when it's just like over, it's just like stupid, and I don't like
it's
it.
Like completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like completely unnecessary. I hate it. It's like we have Arrow. It doesn't look like Green Arrow. Like he's not even wearing a hood. Like I haven't seen the show.
Yeah.
I might be getting it all wrong, but just from first impressions from that picture, I'm just like, nah, I don't want to watch it. I want to see the other Oliver Queen from Smallville. That's about it.
Just like click. I don't want this. I don't want this in my eyes.
I don't. I play just play Injustice. He's a good Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Green Arrow from Injustice. Smart ass.
Yeah.
He's really good, and he's animated, so he looks just like him.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. They're animated. They should just do animated movies because their animated movies
They need
are
to.
so much better.
You know how many I'd fucking just blaze through?
All of them.
God, they're so good.
Because it's like even the Superman ones. Like I was starting to become a Superman fan just watching.
His movies are good.
Yeah, just watching. Oh, which ones were they? There's the one
All-Star Superman.
Yeah, All-Star Superman, and then there was the one with
Superman versus the.
It was Superman Black Adam.
Yeah, Superman and Black Adam.
Superman Shazam.
And
well,
then there's
Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam.
And then there was another one.
Yeah, but it's called Superman Shazam.
Yeah, you're right.
There's another one where it's like he's fighting like this team of heroes, but I don't remember what they're called.
I don't know.
It was like the Untouchables or something like that.
Yeah.
But like the movies Superman definitely go like into more detail about like his actual abilities. Mm-hmm. Like he has like psychic, like his psychic abilities. For, like he's training like defensive blockage and stuff like that for his mind and like different like his actual techniques that his actual like Kryptonian like fighting techniques.
Yeah.
He actually goes into that for a lot of them. So it's always interesting to see instead of him like I'm Superman,
I'm just gonna punch you.
I'm gonna punch you, and the world's gonna end. So it's like damn.
Well, you know, All-Star Superman is written by Grant Morrison.
Yeah, Grant Morrison. Yeah.
Oh wow.
At the first issue.
That's it. Just the first.
Yep.
Just the only one that counts.
Just the tip.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, my point is, they could make Superman really interesting in the animated movies. It's like, you can't get these guys to work on your live action because apparently they're a lot better at it.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. But that's all I got. So you guys got anything?
I'm good.
I was going to talk about Albo City Comic Con. We were there. Stay tuned. We're hosting interviews of Marie Dahl. Wait, hold on. I'm going to get her name right. Nicole Marie Jean Gray. And then also Nadia Sonica. We also interviewed the guys Dan Price Bonadame of Masters of the Obvious. Mm-hmm. And then also
Brimstone.
Brimstone of Hound Comics. And then plenty of cosplay pics for your visual enjoyment.
Yeah.
Check us out. PunchinTheWallsReality.com. Go to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and type in PunchinTheWallsReality.com.
We'll go to YouTube, type in
Twitter at PitWar, PTWR, at DJ Agamemnon, and at PitWar Prometheus.
And also Google Plus. Now you can just go to Google/Google plus PunchinTheWallsReality.com.
Oh yeah, they're doing the personalized.
Yeah. So now you don't have to type in like 20.
See, I thought it was special, but I guess they're doing it to everybody.
Now you don't have to type in pi out to 20 digits. Anyway, this is Prometheus.
This is Bobby Beetle.
This is Agamemnon.
This has been Straight
Outta
Austin
Comic Con Edition.
Premium Edition.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Battlefield Premium.
What?
Good night, guys.
Good night. Good fight.
Hey, this is Steve from the 12A podcast, where we've got movies and entertainment for you. If you want to learn how to get to second base for $1, check us out on the 4-Eyed Radio Network at 4eyedradio.com.